All right, let's get down to it. Let's do this. Voice is pretty much fully back. So as you know from your other reading, I like to go in present mode. Let's make sure the last names are hidden. They are. And let's do this thing. Let's not waste any time. All right, so obviously, Briana, your chart is fresh in my soul. Did it last night, so it's understood. And there's lots of things I said. And I peered at Josh's chart, and because I was like kind of saying how, like, what kind of love you need, or like what kind of like the like a good, like a kind of like what your love needs are, basically. And it was really good, just from a very zoomed out perspective, to see that he met a lot of them. Just Brianna obviously having like super dynamic charts. Definitely like a potential, because everything's potentials. There's definitely potential for like a loose cannon kind of energy. With the Mars, what's going on with Mars and Pluto, and then with Aries moon, like, it it's usually better for people who have that to be with people who soothe them. Now, I gotta get water, dude. That be broken glass all this mini fridge. It's bottles exploding and shit. It's so dangerous, but fuck it. Um, okay, one second. That boy is in here. Best water in the world in Romania. So fucking good. Okay, so 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 so. Um, so yeah, Josh. We look at him. We see the 12th house, Aquarius Sun. It's a very interesting placement. And he's got his moon at 29 degrees Cancer, which is, as I said, right on the exact vertex, which shows you as like meant to, this is in Brianna's chart. This is Josh's chart. This is all about fate, right? So when we have someone that is significant in our life where there's a vertex connection, like his moon 29 Cancer, your vertex 29 Cancer, it's a big deal. So it really, really speaks to the fate. You guys both have in your chart this connection between the South Node, which is like the past lives, and Brianna, it's Venus, and Josh, it's Juno, which are both, Juno is about like marriage and higher commitment, all that. And Venus is obviously the planet of love. So there's like a huge amount of fate that will play out in both of your guys' love lives in general. So I have zero doubts that, it's a very fated karmic connection. Now, just over like zoomed out overall, Brianna obviously with like the Aries moon, all that really like out there energy, but also being someone who needs to kind of reel herself in, and be more and have a chance to advance more spiritually in this lifetime. Um, that can't really be done with someone who's also just, and yeah, you're like Josh is an Aquarius, right, which is a very social sign, but it's in the 12th house, which is it's house of Pisces. It's more about, it adds kind of like a hidden side to that Aquarius, right? Someone who likes to work behind the scenes, someone who, in a lot of ways, is, whether spiritual or not, has, potential, very, very high, like, occult, mystical potential. So yeah, Josh has a lot of energies in his chart that just naturally are very grounding to Briana. Being that he has his well, first of all, you guys have a sun moon trine, which is amazing, which means that this sun in Aquarius is trining 120 degrees away from the moon in Aquarius, or your guys' suns, excuse me, both trine each other. So like being like just overall Gemini and Aquarius, like the stupid astrology, like that's really good to have the same element in your sun signs. And yeah, it's a classic match, Gemini and Aquarius, or Gemini and Libra, excuse me, or Gemini and Aquarius, that's what I was saying. Makes both very communicative, both very engaging socially, intellectual, friend-oriented, and idea-oriented. So then, the interesting one is the moon, right? Is I was telling Brianna, and I don't know who's gonna watch, if it's both of you or just Brianna. But yeah, Brianna, I was telling you like about like your love needs and whatnot, and just how you really need that solid rock. And Josh, being a Pisces rising, it gives him like a very soothing kind of quality. Pisces rising is very chameleon like, and very empathetic and compassionate. So you times that with the moon, right, in Cancer, which is going to make, which is going to it's going to like, it trines his ascendant. So he's got this like basically with Josh, it's like what you see is what you get. There's a big link between kind of how he appears and how his personality is, and his like emotional nature, right? Which is very good. And even the Aquarius, it's in a watery house. It's in the Pisces house, so there's definitely lots of water. So water, is what Brianna, you have none of in your chart. And it's really important, and it's also where you're trying to go with your North Node in Scorpio, right? Your the karmic mountain never climbed in past lives in Scorpio, as I highlighted so many times. Josh is helping you so much naturally just by being him, because qualities of compassion, of like feeling kind of the undercurrent of different people's energies, and just it's very, very healing to you. And I said that, Brianna, you have a very masculine chart, and Josh has a more feminine chart, and it's not like a gender thing. It's just like, I imagine Brianna wears the pants in the relationship. My guess. I mean, Aries moon, come on. But then again, Taurus Mars. So I see lots of really good money energy in both your charts, and also lots of really good like energy around communication in general, as I highlighted yesterday. And then, Josh has his Mars and his Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus, amazing luck and money, luck and just expansion in money. But it's important to not like overly obsess about that. and he could do really, really well in some type of job where he's meant to use his you know I was gonna say his brain, but like just his communicative power. His Mercury is in yeah, in Aquarius, so that's like that can make someone like very inventive, like very, very like literally like someone who pushes something forward, who has an idea that's very like outside the box and futuristic, maybe related to technology, and yeah, it's a very, very strong one. So yeah, like I really think that just like very, very zoomed out, and then you look at Josh's Venus conjunct Neptune. It's in Capricorn, but it's conjunct Neptune. So that's like a very romantic. I feel like Josh like has like lots of romance, even though he's an Aquarius sun, right? Cancer moon. So he's gonna be very, very emotional. But his moon is right on the cusp, 29 degrees. So this is a theme, both your charts. You see, 29 degrees, 29 degrees, 29 degrees. And that's the last degree. So it's like, Josh, just like Briana, you guys are both karmically ending, going through like very, very important karmic endings in this lifetime, right? So, Josh, it's more on the emotional level. And the thing is, so this is what's beautiful. And where's the North Node for Josh? It's in Pisces. So, wow, that's awesome. So one of the most important things in like when you're like dealing with two different people who are together is, the North Node represents like the like I said, it's like on a karmic level from past life to past life. And I'm explaining this to Josh because I'm not sure. I'm guessing that you're both watching together. That it represents the. I'll switch it back to my face a little bit. So the North Node, you see, I got my Halloween themed. You can't see shit, but yeah. So basically, like the North Node is the metaphoric mountain never climbed in past lives, right? So you guys both have them in like very, very similar places, right? And they're actually sextiling each other, or trining, which is even better. Trining, not sextile, trining. So Josh has his North Node in Pisces and Brianna in Scorpio. So both of you guys are trying to become more spiritual in this lifetime. Which means that, and then you guys both have South Node in Taurus, Brianna, which we talked about yesterday, which was the part of the reading where I spoke about how, with the Venus, how you probably like kind of being like in past like tendency of being kind of stuck in not like stuck, but just like there's a big need for you to take spiritual risks in this lifetime. And that, with the Venus there, you could have been like very beautiful, or just like had like just attracted abundance very easily. And like imagine like being born as, I don't fucking know who. I can't think of fucking some LA fucking person. I don't know who's I don't know why I'm blanking on an example here. Like what the fuck? But just like, yeah, being born like as like Jay-Z's kid, Jay-Z and Beyonce's kid. Blue Ivy or whatever, is that the name? Like, well, I've seen her chart also, which is a very interesting chart. But like, or Trump's kid or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. You would, be most likely, or like in older times in royalty, like yeah, that's a better example. Like where you're kind of like pushed to kind of like um carry on like a family tradition, right? So you guys both have some of this passive energy because like with Josh with his South Node in the seventh house in in Virgo, in Brianna's in Taurus, it's like you guys have like similar karmic pasts where you guys have been and you guys bring this into this lifetime where this is Red Bull, by the way. So fucking good. Getting fucking amped. This flavor, I think, is maybe the best. This is the green one. I know I'm a fucking degenerate. I probably didn't drink one energy drink besides like when I was like at music festivals for years, and this summer I just like started drinking them. It's a great ride. It's a great ride. And chewing tobacco, the the snooze kind. It's it's I'm very proud of myself for these achievements. So yeah. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, so there's like a karmic tendency to be in the here, like kind of in the here and now, kind of like as Andrew Tate would say in the Matrix. Like in the consensus reality is a better way of saying it, right? Like in like the mainstream. And when you're in that, right? And it can push you away from that real, and Briana, in your chart, I talk so much about individualization, right? Getting closer to your real self, because we're taught by society like this is how you're supposed to be, this is how you're supposed to be, but it's only real geniuses. And when I use genius, I told Briana yesterday, I mean literally just like someone who thinks outside the box, right? Someone who like I think like not all of us for sure. Some people are just stupid, but many of us have potential to have that inner genius unlocked, right? That inner like unconventional, beats the beat of their own path, or whatever the fuck that saying is. And yeah, like when you have the south nodes here, there's that tendency to kind of like be in that world, right? So imagine if you're someone who's just like right now in this current world, just like watching like CNN every fucking 2 seconds. It'd be so funny if like you guys are both like that, but I highly doubt it. And just believing all the bullshit that's like on TV, and it's like been proven to be bullshit. That would, and like just really in like the not like corporate grind, but just like really in the system, like really a part of it. Like that would be kind of what this would represent. But of course, having these really good placements with it indicates some level of at least in Brianna's case, of kind of like queen princess energy. These are just archetypes, by the way. I'm not saying you are a princess. So yeah, but like in Josh, in your case, you were really like held back by relationships in past lives. So it's really important for you to also, just like Brianna, to be very independent. This is what I'm getting at here, is that you guys both like are really trying to find a relationship, and you guys have found a relationship where you can like Brianna has what Brianna has going on, Josh has what Josh has going on. And I was telling Brianna yesterday, like, to whatever extent a relationship makes you feel like you're held in a box, you're gonna dip the fuck out, right? But Josh, it's kind of the same for you, because like the passive tendency for you has been to kind of stay like to allow relationships to limit you. So yeah, it's very important to not be like that. And being a Cancer moon is so supportive, because like Brianna lacks water, so you having water, which is about like compassion, emotion, not that she lacks compassion, right, like it's like you're very sensitive, so you teach her just by being you about like be more considerate, because she, like, with the Aries moon, and I date one, so I fucking know. There can be this explosiveness, but like you can be like a really, really, really positive grounding force to her. In a sec, I like to have NBA games on. I don't like watch them or anything. I just like appear at the score. I like to have them on in the background. And the season just started, and it has not worked on my fucking TV until kind of now. But I'm just seeing if this fucking app works. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, so that's really, really good. And also, like, I think like traveling is huge for both of you guys. That's another thing I see in common. Brianna's chart, her ninth house Mars, and you have Pluto in the ninth house, Josh. So Pluto ninth house, it is and also just like learning, like higher wisdom. So being open-minded, Josh, is very important for you. Pluto ninth house, it usually creates someone who in past incarnations, like they might not feel like that at home, like where they're from. Like they because it indicates that they've incarnated in lots of different cultures, and that they're really trying in this lifetime. There's this huge push towards getting past, like, and I said this in Brianna's reading, past life conditioning. Like this is a huge thing for both of you guys, right? And moving into like a more spiritual life, which I'm not in. I need to always say this, like, I'm not saying go fucking wear hippie robes and ship, like, and quit your job and whatever. It's just about like doing shadow work, right? Now in Brianna's case, it's more of the shadow work. In Josh's case, it's more about like connection with the with dare I say God, like with the universe, like feeling that closeness. And both of you guys, like, traveling is a huge thing you guys can really do together. Like traveling and like physically and metaphorically, like, and experiencing different cultures, but also like really like seeing like experience, like this is an example. If you guys are watching this together, which I hope you are, I know Brianna will make you, Josh, no matter what. So you're screwed. I'm just joking. But yeah, like that's a really nice placement for you guys both to have. Now this is another beautiful place. I'm gonna share the screen again because I need to show you guys. So you see how you guys both have your moon in the fifth house. So that is indicating like creativity, and like it's a different form. Like you guys have different emotional needs. But Josh, you might be more kind of a homebody, and Brianna might be more social, but Brianna's meant to be to like be more homebody-ish, and to have someone who can chill, like, chill her out. And Brianna, I don't make you sound like you're a fucking crazy like firecracker. Like literally everything in astrology is probabilities. So like you could have like worked past like so much of and you didn't even have that difficult fucking chart. You had like two hard aspects. Okay, so like whatever. And in Aries moon, like literally like my girlfriend has an Aries moon. Like I've seen her go fucking wild, but then I've also seen her get into meditation and completely calm herself. I've seen her be able to have this drive to just fucking like when she's at home go on like 4 runs a day. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she doesn't do. But then like I talked about the weed shit, and she has so much of that fire that and so much anger, so impulsive, it's like explosive, that she smokes weed at night, which is fine, whatever. She's young. Turns 22. And guess what month? Fucking November soon. Scorpio. Fucking awesome dating a Scorpio. I'm like being like semi sarcastic. Actually like pretty sarcastic. It's actually it is good. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Okay, we're not talking about a fucking relationship. So yeah. You guys both have like this really big emotional need to authentically express yourselves. And I said this in Brianna's reading, the need to go deep within and uh, and to really like yeah, to really go deep within and to find like different, what you call it's like different outlets, and maybe you guys can even do them together, right? um 1 second. Hold up. I accidentally opened something. Okay, I'm free. Where am I? Sorry, guys. Sometimes you need to give breaks to let it all sit in. No, I'm literally like on my Instagram right now. I'm joking. Okay, so yeah, so very, very, very positive. Just like barely just looking at your charts. Okay, so then we look at the Venus. You guys both have Venus. Look at that, Venus trine Venus. Ooh, look at that, Venus in Taurus and Venus in Capricorn. Man, so you guys have like a similar love language. It's really like about solidity and even though you guys are different people, you guys value similar things. You guys are a fucking power fucking couple. Let's go. It's a Red Bull speaking. And I have tons of fire in my chart. Also, Brianna, more than you actually. Actually, that Mars square Pluto, yeah, competition. That just proves how much fire I have. Sorry, guys. But yeah. So no, actually, no, Brianna, we're like tied. So yeah. No, Brianna, you're winning fire because you have the Sag rising with Jupiter there and the Leo, fucking Regulus Mars, and then yeah, you're a fire machine. You have the elemental grand trine of fire actually. But anyways, okay. So with Josh, right? So in both you guys. So Josh, your love language is a mix of it's a mix of a mix of like I always refer to it, and this is also for you, Brianna. Like when you're building like a big skyscraper, right? Or like when not you, or like maybe you, I don't fucking know. You're more worried about the foundation, right? A ton of time is spent on the foundation. So that's how both of you guys view relationships. Now when it comes to the North Node, you guys also like, and this is like really important for like long term. I don't like to ever say the word marriage when I do readings for relationship couples. I feel like it's a fucking curse. Um, but like for long term commitment, I definitely love the fact that you guys are both like um trying to like get deeper into your watery sides, right? So for Josh, like being of service and being like this is the thing, Josh, is that like you have your North Node in the first house, so it's like that's the house of Aries, which is what your girlfriend Brianna's moon is. So you see how she helps you like like sometimes you need to be a little bit more selfish, Josh. And not that Brianna's selfish, but like because you've been held back in past lives by your relationships. um Let me just open just Josh's. So like Briana, I think I have Briana's in my head already. Yeah, I think pretty much. Yeah, I do. So yeah, you've been held back by those. So her fiery push helps you get out of your shell. It helps you kind of move forward. As a Pisces rising, you know, you can be it can make someone a little bit shy. Aquariuses aren't usually shy, but it's in the 12th house. So there could be issues with the father there. I don't see any bad aspects to the sun though, so that's not necessarily the case. Although you do have wait, how the fuck did this not pick this up? You were born right before a full moon, Josh. Oh, I'm lying. I did pick this up. You see, sun opposite moon. So that's very difficult. But they're not in opposite signs. That's the thing. So but still, just by degree, you know the intensity, Brianna, maybe you, Josh, I don't know how spiritual you are, of a full moon. If you don't feel the next one coming up, I don't know, it's like the 14th or some shit. It's an eclipse. Just feel the days before it. Like really tap into yourselves and just tell me that you don't feel something different, right? Tell me that. So Josh was born hours before a full moon in Leo, but his moon is in Cancer. So Josh will have, you know, parts of him that are very Cancerian, but also parts that are very Leo. And since his moon is in the 5th house of Leo, he's gonna have that emotional need of like home, of family, of closeness, but also of authentic self-expression, which I talk so much about in Brianna's chart. So you guys are both really here to help encourage each other to be independent, to succeed in whatever you guys are passionate about, to help find what you guys are really passionate about, and to inspire each other, and to also do things together. And we'll have to pull the composite to really see. The composite is the combined chart. Oh, I feel this magic sensation I get some like a lot of times during readings. It could be the fucking Red Bull. Let's be honest. But yeah. And also interestingly, Josh, you just like Brianna, you guys had probably both had difficult childhoods because Brianna had her Saturn on her IC. You have Chiron on your IC. So that speaks about like you know, probably some like some sadness, pain from your childhood. And with your 12th house sun, that can speak about like, you know, a father that maybe wasn't like, and it's usually the father, sometimes it's the mother. That I would bet money on your parents being divorced because sun opposite moon typically does that. But it's not always the case. If not divorced, like just very, very, very different in terms of like kind of, you know, kind of like their view of reality, their worldviews just being very different. And you know, maybe that was what was like brought the pain, and then like I'm not gonna say trauma because it's Chiron, but yeah, it's in Cancer, so that's the sign of home and family. So maybe, you know, you really, as a Cancer moon being so sensitive, your emotional needs weren't met as a kid, and the father, you know, 12th house sun, maybe after the divorce, like your dad wasn't able to be around as much, you know, or maybe he was, but he, you know, was like 12th house sun can create a father that's like either like weak or just has like a weak influence on the life. Sometimes like a drinker, because 12th house escapism. And so it's very important for you, Josh, because your sun in the 12th house it's a house to repress energies. So for you to not repress anything, which is what literally your girlfriend's chart, her highest aim in this lifetime is to not repress anything. So for you guys to like do things like spiritual healings like that, like go to fucking Peru, work with a shaman. I don't fucking know. I mean, like just like taking risks together as a team. I feel really like good energy with you guys. I've only talked to Briana, and I got an amazing energy from her just by talking to her. Just and then like even better like when I did her chart. And Josh, I get this really mellow energy from you. Um, and talented as fuck. Like you're probably so goddamn creative. Like, you've got that 25-degree Pisces ascendant. My sun is 28 degrees Pisces, so I'm like right on your ascendant. So me and you would get along if we like knew each other in real life. But that doesn't matter. But the point of me saying that is that, and then also your moon is literally like your moon and your ascendant are fucking trining my sun. So it's like you like what like the whole point is I'm saying this is like you get me like what I'm saying like you're like it's gonna come through to you, which is very important, especially if like if you don't have like much understanding of astrology, or it's like your first time hearing this kind of reading. Which, by the way, if it is, I would highly, highly, highly suggest you do what Brianna did and get your birth chart read independently too. So looking more at this from a love perspective, like Mars and Taurus, you have this real ability, and you do not have difficult aspects. Like literally, the only hard one for you is the Sun opposite Moon. Now, as I was saying, like so that really makes it as a man where there might be like there could be lots of emotional repression, especially when younger, and you're born in '89, so you've been through your Saturn return, so you probably had some type of like awakening where you've done that. Um, but yeah, um, like people who are born on a full moon, they feel this intensity, and it's like this polarization between and it's like learning to feed the Aquarius side of you, which is like the unconventional rebel, humanitarian, the road less traveled one. I don't need to fucking go even further about like the sun signs, but like the Cancer moon is that more soft family, feminine energy, like in touch with your emotion side. And but it can be so much for you that some people with that can shut it down. um but I believe that like if I am correct about the divorce or whatever happened with the parents, that really really had a big effect on you, because as a Cancer moon, you of all people, which is a very very that's the best moon placement, or not. I don't use best, or you don't use best or worst in astrology, but it's the easiest moon placement to have, or it's the most fortunate one to have. It's in dignity in Cancer because it makes you really able to meet your own emotional needs, right? But it also makes you very very sensitive. um and but so it's important, even if it's unmanly, to cry when like to if there's stuck energy, because Cancer moons like men, and I wrote an article about this, Josh, which I don't know when it was, but fuck, did I re-release it? Let me write that down. I need to fucking add this to like my fucking massive list of it's just getting so big. Re-release. And did I don't think I did. Article on men with cap slash water moons. In that, I talk about how difficult it is for men with like really sensitive moon signs in today's society. And yeah, so like that's really really huge, and Brianna can really help you with her just who she is, to kind of open up to a lot of these energies. Um, so yeah. Um, okay. So yeah, Venus. Um, so I was saying before, like like your Venus is in Capricorn, so you don't muck around when it comes to relationships. But then it's conjunct Neptune, so that's another ultra fucking creative energy. Like you're so creative, dude. You're so fucking creative. Although Saturn could have blocked some of that creativity until like you hit your Saturn return, which is when you're like 29 and a half. It could have inhibited some of that. It could have also inhibited some of the self-love. But now I'm getting too far into like nail like stuff I would say in like a read like your nail chart reading. But yeah, basically like this is like very romantic. So like this makes you really want to like merge with your partner and have like a spiritual relationship. A relationship that's based on high spiritual ideals. And your Mars and Taurus, that gives you this real ability to kind of like it makes you like really consistent, really consistent worker or a really consistent communicator, and someone who's very grounding. And when I say grounding, I mean that like Briana, she has a very dynamic chart. You guys are both extremely creative people. Right? But a different type of creative. And I think when your guys' minds can come together, it can create magic. And we'll see what the composite chart. So aside that, like I said, South Node conjunct Juno and Virgo. So let me see. Can I go back to both charts? Let me just see. Oh, and you have Moon square Mars. So that's very important to know. And Sun square Mars. So Brianna had Sun square Mars too. So you have a T square with Mars. Yeah, T square, which goes out in Scorpio. So literally, you can actually get like pissed off by things and just snap. Like even though you're a Cancer moon, like so there can definitely be fights in your guys' relationships, and I saw that in her chart. So with the Moon square Mars, that's a difficult aspect because you can have like compulsions and unconscious things that just come up, and then when things piss you off, especially like Mars in Taurus, like it takes them a while to get mad. When they get mad, they go off, and especially 1 degree at Aries degree, it's like you can go off. You know what I mean? So, and then the Sun and the Moon square that. So then a T square is like look at that. You see it's 90, right? The angle. It's like a bow and arrow. So it shoots out where? 1 degree Scorpio in the 9th house. So that is the resolution point of the T square, which is literally about doing shadow work, doing deep fucking work, internal work. And in the context of your truth seeking, which you guys both have in your chart. So another thing is that you'll like Venus in 11th, you'll really care about like friendships, really important. So it'll be important to have a lover that you can like do social things with, and like have like shared values. And then yeah, Juno and Virgo. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, lots of luck with money and lots of luck just overall. And yeah, and then Venus conjunct Saturn, like that's another really great one. Like when it comes to money, and it's in Capricorn. So I really see money being very really powerful karmically. And the reason for that is because you've worked through money karma in past lives. So in this life, it's not really like meant to be this big thing. That because there's lots of karmic lessons around money. Okay, so Juno, for Briana, if I remember correctly, yeah, you guys have the exact once again, Juno in Cap. So Juno's like your ideal partner. So Briana, it's Capricorn. Don't think of it like she's meant to be the Capricorn. No, she's meant to be someone who her ideal partner is someone who fucking in 2nd house, which is Taurus, someone who fucking grounds her, right? Someone who really grounds her. And guess where it falls? Right on all of Josh's Uranus energy, which is his Venus is there, and it falls right on his Uranus. So the main message is that like Josh exhibits qualities that Briana, kind of looks for in her ideal man. Let's just play it like that. Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking at something really quick. Yeah. So, and then Josh's Juno, in the 7th house, that's really, really beautiful for just like being able to see the beauty in his partner, and it makes him like really, really want to have like very harmonious relationships. And then in Virgo, it just makes him want to, or it makes you, I'm hoping you're watching, it just like, it also really like, it makes you really want to have that stability, that person you can like really, really trust, who's who shows their love through their actions, not just bullshit words. And yeah, and then your descendant falls right on her midheaven. Wow, that's powerful. And her Chiron. So literally, like, you're like, I told Briana that she, could have the karma of someone who's meant to be a healer of some sort. And it's a very, very like large, like that can mean like a million different things. And yeah, like overall, I think that you, just by being yourself, like you really push her towards that. Let me see. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are, it's beautiful. You guys are both heading in the same place karmically, like, and you guys are both trying to get to the same place, and you guys are coming from a very similar karmic place. Now how you guys express your emotions, that's where there's some tension. Josh is a Cancer moon. And that's where you guys can really learn from each other. Josh can learn more assertiveness because he doesn't have any fire in his chart. And like Briana, just like when she fucking wants something, she just fucking goes. And not saying, and I think Josh is probably very successful. I'm just judging this by lots of factors. Lots of fucking factors. But I think that his success is like, it's like he's able to really like think outside the box on one hand and be about that, but then, and yeah, and not like be someone who just like has to, I don't know, who feels like they, like, not be someone who feels like they have to kind of like subscribe to a certain way of being, and all conditioned and stuff like that. But then, hold on one second. Yeah, like the Cancer moon, right? It's very emotional. So it's like, Josh, you can learn a lot like by Brianna's just dynamism. You just have really, really opposite charts, but then like then there's parts that like work really, really well. I swear to God, I'm not sugarcoating this. Like I'm literally just seeing like everything. I'm telling you everything I see. Yeah, so that is nice for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. And yeah, like Brianna can learn a lot from Josh by how chill he is and how he approaches situations. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And like, as Brianna's mission is to kind of dive deeper into spirituality, Josh can really help with that, because of all that water and that Pisces rising. Red Bull is crushed. Okay, let me stare at the chart for a second. The chart. So mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the opposite. Yeah, and then yeah. So there's definitely um, you know, Josh has a more methodical way to accomplishing things and just in going about life. Brianna is more dynamic. So when you combine that into one, whew, powerful. And yours midheavens are both 27 degrees. Wait, just go away. In Virgo and in Sag. So they are squaring each other. Okay. So let me go back to my bearded face. I was going to say something else about my face. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, now let's see let's fill in the blanks of the synastry, then we can get into or should I go to the composite first? I've never done it in this way. Maybe I want to just jump straight to the composite and then fill in the blanks. Actually, no. No. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. No, let's do this. By wheel. Okay. So let's put by wheel. Let's share screen again. Okay, so now let's see where everything falls. So okay, so this one, Brianna's inner. So okay, so the Aquarius, so this is cool. So Josh being an Aquarius, his sun activates, your son Josh activates Brianna's Aquarius. And if Brianna, your chart, I was telling you so much about how important it is for you to individualize. Well, Josh literally, just by his son, look, 1 and 0, it literally fucking like there's the electric energy that makes you less conditioned and helps you break out of that conditioning, the passive conditioning I spoke about. What the fuck? 1 second. I have basketball coming out of my fucking headphones. Where the fuck is it coming from? How did that just happen? I swear to God, I'll have a tab in it that's been minimized for a week of different YouTube videos, and then it'll just start playing in the middle of my reading. Okay. Okay. Closed it. I was just trying to, I know you guys, I was just trying to like see what the final score was. You know, I gotta know. Um, so yeah. So okay, so we see here that so yeah, the Capricorn falls in second. So Josh really helps Brianna's self-esteem and really gives her that real groundedness that she needs. He helps electrify that kind of individualism. Um his ascendant falls on her Saturn. Damn, that's fucking massive. Yo, that's really, really massive. Because Brianna, remember the part of your chart where I talked about like your Saturn I see representing like some kind of like repression in childhood. So his ascendant, like just his personality, like his outer personality, like the way he like kind of conducts himself through life, just like um literally helps heal that. Um it like has a very healing effect because it's Pisces and that's like where you're like a lot of the pain is. And also his ascendant being your IC is like I feel like this like karmic family energy, which is hard to put into words, to be honest. Um yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I see here. And then the Mars, conjunct the Venus, talked about that. It's like a very very, very good one for sexual. And also on the South Node. So his Mars falling on your South Node means that you guys may have like fought in past lives. You guys may have been like enemies, but potentially, I don't fucking know. Or you guys may have like fought together, or you guys may have like been like very, very. This is the one the hit that feels more right. You guys may have been like really, really what's the word? Coerced, like in the same team, like doing something very action oriented, like robbing a bank or some shit. I don't know, like exploring together, but definitely like there's like a kind of like masculine energy to it, to like how Josh's Mars falls on your South Node, and we'll see what the opposite one does. And then also amazing, Brianna, is that Josh, his energy of Taurus falls in your sixth house, so it really helps you with routine and with kind of being of service and a lot of stuff we talked about yesterday. And then his moon falls in your eighth house. Oh, that's fucking massive, right on your vertex in the eighth house. Literally, eighth house is the house of Scorpio, so it's related to your north node. It's related to your biggest quest of going deep within yourself and the snake shedding the skin energy that we talked about, right? So yeah, mega important because that can really, really yeah, that's huge. That's big time, big time, big time. Um, yeah, it's like yeah, wow. It's almost like yeah, it's almost like he brings you to that place that you otherwise wouldn't go to. So that's very cool. And then yeah, besides that, okay. Now let's do the opposite direction. And then yeah, his Pluto falling in your 12th, that's literally like that's where your Pluto is. So he's further reinforcing that. No. Give me bi-wheel, inner wheel, Josh, Brianna. So on the opposite end, On the opposite end, we got so middle one being Josh. So his Saturn on his ascendant can make him more, it can make Josh more like conservative a little bit, even though he already but it can also like make him like, it could also have like a really, really like good effect on like him and his work. Even if you guys don't work together, it can like really like make it so, you earn more money, and you have this more like innate responsibility to you with her. And her moon in your second house, really, really good for your money and really, really good for your self-esteem. It really, really makes you feel grounded in some way and at peace. Then her Venus, falling in, and then her South Node, yeah, I already talked about that. Yeah. Her Venus falling on your, wait, you guys have dual, wow, that's crazy. So Mars falls on the South Node of on each side, like Mars South Node, Mars South Node. That's very, and then you made charger. That's very significant. So there's this like Martian archetype that's playing out. So maybe you guys, I don't know, like battle, like I don't know if there's like battles in your relationship. So yeah, that's important to know about. Let's see here. One second. One quick second. Okay. Okay. So then, her sun in your fourth house, that just makes you feel that just supports that Cancer, that acceptance, allowing you to feel your emotions, and also it makes you really like feel like at home, like she represents home to you. Like there's this real hominess energy, and it's really good for it really, like, she really like improves your home life and your inner life also, your emotional inner life and your ability to be in touch with your emotions. Okay. And yeah, her vertex falling on your moon does the exact same thing. Pushes that forward. It pushes that higher manifestation of the Cancer moon to feel. It's okay to feel. You need to feel, right? And then so the Chiron in the 7th house, like that just speaks about how like healing is a big theme in your guys' relationship. And yeah. And then Pluto really, on the 10th house cusp and the 9th house. It's more about that whole traveling thing we talked about. And then Jupiter falling in your 10th house, that literally means that her ascendant and Jupiter falling in your 10th house, that literally means that she just has like a mega influential impact on your career. And she brings you she's like your lucky charm. I don't know how long you guys have been together. I'm just gonna take a guess, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not saying this is gonna be right for sure. But and I'll have to see like the chart, the composite to really like back this up, or see if like there's something to it. But I wonder if you looked at how much money you've made since you've been with her, and compare it to when you weren't with her. Like I'm just curious what you might find. I don't know. Just curious. Just a curious guy. So okay, so cool with that. So cool with that. And yeah, Uranus. Yeah, I already talked about that. I already talked about that. Or it goes both ways. No, it doesn't. No. Okay, yeah, we talked about that. Okay, cool. So let's see. Let's pull up the composite. This is a combined chart. Dun dun dun. Oh, it's so annoying. It doesn't load in fucking whole signs. Whole signs. No. Why is my program do this? Great, so I have to calculate this on my own. Awesome. Okay. So composite. So the ascendant. Oh, so it's all the way over here. Why the fuck is it showing me this line? What is wrong with this chart? Okay, so this is the line. So it's Aquarius rising. So this is the first house, second house, third, fourth, 8. So Capricorn is 12th. 10, 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay, so this is 9. So Aquarius rising, so a Uranus ruled chart in the 12th house. Interesting. That, and then the sun is in the 3rd house, Aries sun, and then Gemini moon. Who does that sound like? Well, the Aquarius part sounds like Josh, the rising. And then the Mars is Cancer, more Josh energy. in the Venus. Let's see if it supports Josh. It does. Pisces and Jupiter Pisces. So it's a nice mix of having energies in the composite that support both of you. But the sun and the moon are all Briana. Literally, it's like it's the opposite. It's like she's a Gemini sun, Aries moon, and the composite, your guys' composite is an Aries sun, Gemini moon. So I know for a fact Brianna like feels so at home and at just like I'm not saying that you guys both don't feel this way, but I know for sure that um yeah, that there's a great feeling there. But really, like, so this makes me think of a very, very fun relationship. Where like lots of like ideas can be expressed. There's also a sense of like duty and responsibility, and then having money. Like I see it right away, like Venus in Pisces in the second house. It is in Pisces, but still, it's Jupiter and Venus in the second house. So, the more that you guys as a couple can attach yourself to spiritual values, the better it will be for money. The overall, a composite chart that one second. So a composite chart that has Aquarius rising with a sun in Aries and a moon in Gemini is a very dynamic one. It's very action oriented. And it probably gets, I mean, for sure gets Josh out of his comfort zone. And that's for sure. And really gets Josh out of his comfort zone. Brianna feels like a lot of like it comes it's very similar to kind of Brianna's natal energy, like that part of the chart, and the fact that the Aries sun at 2 degrees, so it's like a Taurus degree, is in the third house, is meaning that like a huge part of your guys' relationship is about communication, which I talked a lot about in Brianna's reading. And the exchange of ideas is very important. And then also the moon is in the 5th house, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just like in both of your guys' natal charts. So it highlights that theme even more of like authentic self-expression and a relationship. And the moon is in Gemini, so that is just very like multifaceted. It creates a very like almost like it reinforces that theme of communication being so massive in your guys' relationship. And then we have let's pull this too. Sun square Mars, like you guys have in your charts. And yeah, and then the Mercury has some squares. So the communication is very important, but there can be lots of firepower to it. And there can be some real impulsivity. So it's like really like important to understand because having very different emotional natures, it's very important to have like nonviolent communication is a book that I told Brianna that would be like excellent purchase if you haven't already read it. It's like it's just a great book that's like a book I read in psychology school. And it's really, really good for communicating, for learning, like advanced communication skills kind of that everyone should know about. It's not just good for like relationships, it's like good for like business, for everything. It's something that can really help out in all areas of life. But yeah, so a big need for you guys to create kind of as a team. And then wow, so yeah, Mars, once again, Mars conjunct the South Node is in the composite. So it's in and then there's squares to the Sun. Interesting. Very interesting. The nodes square the Sun. So the nodes, South Node in Cancer means that you guys have been family in past lives, but there's been some battles. So it's about like really like there's like a huge karma towards creating like a lot of safety and a lot of like and it all goes back to that whole that real like honest communication, not holding back, not feeling like there's things you can't say because the other person will get mad or get triggered or something. Like literally learning like how to just like communicate your truth no matter what it is. That's like mega important. And yeah, like I said, the exchange of information is like you guys will really have like this this relationship that is you guys will want to talk a lot. And with Mars and Cancer conjunct South Node in the 6th, North Node's in the 12th. And so is the ruling planet Uranus. So it's like there is this deep pull that you guys both have towards spirituality and towards deepening that side of each of you guys, and doing it as a team. Now the composite chart, it has fire, it has air, it has water, and it has earth. So it doesn't have earth. So it lacks earth. But that can be pulled from Josh's chart because he has earth in his chart. And yeah, also, so this is beautiful because this is like really high romance energy. High romance, like the high, like just like very, very romantic. And the ability to really like expand through each other. And like I said, it's like about financial, but also about self-esteem and about spirituality, spiritual self-esteem, if that's a fucking word. And yeah, Venus being in Pisces, I think that your guys' love, is a very romantic one, for sure. And it's unaspected, so it can just be like very just like woo, like like obsessive almost, like a potential for that, like not in a bad way. Obviously, when you're dating someone for long enough, like that goes away. But like you guys like definitely have the chart of a couple that like the excitement like stays. It doesn't just like become boring. Like the excitement like stays. But then there's also some homey energies, right? Like this Pisces Venus and this Mars and Cancer and this Jupiter and Pisces. And then these energies are also with like the 11th house Pluto and supported by this Pisces energy about helping others. And the fact that's Aquarius rising about like being humanitarian and being also like a couple that's seen by people around you as, on one hand, like kind of just like different, like very, very, very individualistic as a couple. You guys like really help each other kind of individualize, as I've talked about before. But then midheaven in Scorpio, how you're seen by like the masses, is like this very like deep, like intense energy. And Scorpio, and Juno being on that is very, very, very good. And it just speaks to like deep commitments and telling each other secrets and things of that nature. And it's very nice. So the descendant is in Leo, with Chiron. So and Black Moon Lilith. So this you have to watch out. Warning sign for the relationship. You got to make sure that it doesn't become like a battle of of egos. That's very important. Yeah, that the relationship doesn't become a battle of like egos. And like a power struggle. Like I talk so much in Brianna's chart about that exact thing. How she has to watch out for that. And yeah, and then Chiron there, it's like you guys are here to really like help fix each other's inner child wounds through your relationship. And yeah. Okay. But yeah, the Saturn in the first house though, it can kind of have it it can kind of like, well, Saturn in any in yeah, it has difficulty in a lot, like most houses. But in the first, the difficulty is about that very thing of independence. So it's like, if there's, there could be ways in which like, you guys hold each other back from that thing I've talked about so much, which is that individualism. That being um your own person type thing. So good to know about that, but also can just be like, being more responsible. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's open this up. Okay, so let's see what I've like any of the inner aspects. Okay. So Brianna's moon square Josh's Venus. That's about issues with expressing feelings and feeling misunderstood by the other person. Like there can be like a lack of harmony with that one, just like in like by itself. And it can lead to fighting, which I talked about before. But then, okay, Brianna, so I'm looking for the big one. So her sun trine Josh's sun, I talked about that. That's beautiful. Like just like a really, really like Aquarius, the pure like Aquarius Gemini, like you guys just get each other. So this speaks more about like, the importance of like relationships and communicating like the true thoughts. And without understanding of like the other person's real point of view, the whole relationship can break down, right? But yeah, you guys have a really good one. Brianna's sun trines Josh's Mercury. So now I'm like adding like the inner aspects that I may have missed out on. I talked about like Brianna's sun. Did I? Yeah, well, Brianna's sun in Gemini conjunct Josh's Jupiter in Gemini. That's a beautiful one. Basically like Josh just infuses Brianna with with really no, it's more like Brianna just like opens up Josh's mind to more things, and then Josh is able to really like it kind of goes both ways, right? Jupiter and Sun, and really really like enjoying each other's company, and it creates like lots of optimism around the relationship and just in general. Okay, so then Brianna's sun squares Josh's north node. So that's very important. So that speaks about like this instant attraction, karmic attraction, but also how there are karmic issues, which I've seen like in this relationship. You guys are here to fix those, and I think that those rely around like the more you guys dive deep into spirituality and you guys dive deep into your true shadow work and vulnerability and the less power struggles. And by the way, this could all have been worked out already. I'm just saying like what the charts are saying. But yeah, there can be energy here where like Josh might feel like he has to like hide his true self, and struggle to like really express that. So yeah, really important for Briana to like really try her hardest to like understand that really like Cancer moon part of Josh. Because as an Aquarius, you can kind of shut things down easier. Okay, so with Mercury, Brianna's Venus square Josh's Mercury. So, and then her Venus trine Venus. I already talked about that. It's amazing for love and attraction and sex and having like joint interests and like this like similar values and pleasures, and how you approach relationships. I already talked about that. And then Brianna's Venus trine Saturn. That's really, really good for having like it's like the glue that can stick your like keep the relationship together. And then Brianna's Venus trine Josh's Neptune. Damn, that's another one that's like very, very romantic. Very, very romantic, right? And yeah, it could also be like you guys like participate in some kind of like creative pursuit together. And like combine your creative minds, which I totally see with like your fifth house moons. But then, you know, the Venus square of Mercury, I just think that it goes more to kind of difficulty with communication, and it points once again like values and opinions can clash, like opinions can clash. So yeah, like in this case, like there can be like unnecessary criticism, and yeah, it's just really important to be like on the same page, like and be able to express opinions freely without being misunderstood, because this can create like misunderstood potential. Okay, now with Mars, you guys have Mars trine Mars. I said how good that one it is. Just like it's just amazing for just like that action oriented part, and just the energy drive, very sexual, very, very good for sex. And being able to like enjoy like action, like adventure together, right? Like traveling and stuff like that, hiking, whatever, sports. Um, so one other thing is like Brianna having like there can be like a tendency for her to like there can be like a clash on like in Brianna like forcing her will too much, um on making Josh do things her way. So it's really important for Brianna um to like listen and to really, really, really like try to like feel into like what Josh wants. And then Mars trine Uranus. Ooh, that is such a good one for sex. And just feeling like this constant like excitement about the other person's presence. So yeah, like really, really like it kind of like it always makes like the initial stage of the relationship really, really stimulating. But with this, it makes that like as I said in the composite, that same energy continue throughout, which is awesome, which is very rare. I mean, I don't see it very much in these readings. I do. And yeah, it gives the relationship this like this ongoing stimulation and change, which like, you know, is in the composite. And one warning is you like just like the need to like come back and ground together, you know, to do quiet things. Like hiking is like a great idea, you know, or like just like things like where you get out in nature and where you slow down, not always being on the run. Like even just staying at home, like and just chilling, watching a movie, like snowing, those kinds of things. Okay, I talked about that. You guys can really like achieve goals together. I think you guys like work together in past lives to achieve them. But also there can be like past life violence potential. I mean, it's very difficult to tell what the Mars is talking about. But definitely like creates like a strong like charge. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Also, like there's like a need like to watch out for taking like unnecessary risks when traveling. And that's specific, but I had to say it. Ooh, Brianna's Saturn trine Josh's moon. Amazing for remember that's another of those glue aspects, right? Stability. Um, yeah, it's really, really good. It's like the planet of commitment and stability. So that's very, very good. If you guys have fights, like that's kind of the energy that will like keep you guys together. Um, even after like, very bad fights, it does happen, which my guess is they do or they have. And if they do, it's really important to learn how to express anger constructively. So yeah, it adds like a lot of like maturity in the in the relationship, and a lot of like a very serious kind of like how your guys' like relationship energy both was like kind of like that like the foundation building it metaphor I gave. So that's really good. And yeah, and then I talked about Brianna's Saturn on Josh's ascendant. That's a really really good one. Um, yeah, it's this is like literally like the glue that holds relationships together. Like this is such a good one. For long-term relationships. You need that Saturn, especially with ascendant. Wow. Um, hold on. My NBA shit just turned off. It's been off for like 20 minutes. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? This shit is so fucking annoying. Oh, thank God. Okay, it's working. Cool. Um, so then Uranus opposite moon, interesting. That's more of that exciting energy. But that also this is a bit another warning is like if you guys go too risky, too action, too this and that, there can be this insecurity that can come up. So like there'll be like lots of thrilling energy, but it's like very important to like be able to ground that, you know? It's very, very important to be able to ground that. Sec. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I just think it does still add like with all I'm seeing, um but like relationships can get really boring after a while for a lot of people. Like you can meet someone who you think is like your perfect type, but like you guys have like this thing with Uranus and Saturn where there's like that stability, but then there's also like that excitement, right? And with the Gemini moon in your composite, it's like always gonna be exciting. And having the water in the composite is gonna create like an emotional a real deep love, like a feeling of like heart chakra love. But the lack of earth in the composite is speaking to you know, the need for this very thing of grounding and of balance and of just of doing things that help that. So much Uranus. I already talked about Uranus and the sun. A lot of times with Uranus and the sun, there can be like the relationship could have started in like a very unorthodox, like kind of random as fuck way. So that's one thing. Ooh, I see this. Briana's Uranus square Josh's Mars. Okay, amazing for sexual attraction. I'll just put it out there. So you see how much your Uranus is going on? Yo, what the fuck? Betty doesn't hear that because he's blackout sound. My cats just went insane. I think they may have... Is there a bug, Desmond? Hold on. That is really weird. Whatever. So yeah, lots of Uranus going on here. So yeah, like Uranus is in both of your charts huge. It's the individualism, right? The authentic self-expression. But when Mars and Uranus square, so in Josh's case, right? Like how do I put this? Like it can be difficult to find with this one, the balance between independence and intimacy, which is in like that closeness, which I've talked about so much, right? Which in Josh's chart is like literally he's trying a lot very hard to get away from that, to have both of you guys to have relationships that are independent. So it's really important to be your own people while still being together. Because yeah, there can be like a constant need for autonomy, which I think is a good thing. But like in some cases it can lead to like a lack of commitment. But I've seen enough in this whole reading that's told me that that's not going to be a problem. Yeah, allowing each other freedoms is huge, for sure. Like if and like when you allow your guys, like say you guys have been together for too long, like taking a week off, just be like, I'm gonna go spend a week with my family or 2 weeks, and let's just like, you know, not talk. Let's just see what it's like to miss each other. I think that's a fucking. I wish my girlfriend would do that shit. Fucking Scorpio will never do it, but yeah, because like the moments of separation may alleviate like any like growing tension, and it can kind of like reset things. Okay, Neptune on the sun. Ooh, I talked about that already. And opposite the moon. Yeah, just super romantic, but then there's like misunderstandings that can happen, like with the whole communication thing. Josh might feel like his emotional needs are being ignored, while Briana might not understand those emotional needs. So you see what I'm saying? And then the danger is that Brianna might feel like the need to hide behind like a facade of some sort, right? Feeling that, and yeah, also like maybe feeling like she's not able to live up to like Josh's expectations or needs. So yeah, it's all about like facing the problems with honesty, like literally being super honest, because you guys have so much in your chart that's so bonding, right? And then the Neptune with the sun, that's just the most romantic energy that exists. It's just, yeah. it's just beautiful also for art and spirituality, wanting a spiritual relationship, which I talked about before. And yeah, you guys like represent like this like escape from each other, from like the harsh realities of the world, right? And fantasy and creativity can play a huge role in your guys' thing. And also it gives, this is a really, really big thing, it gives compassion for each other. That's huge. So when you guys both innately feel compassion for one another, like, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And Josh really like having Brianna's Neptune on his sun feels very soothed, especially as a Pisces rising, by her. It's very soothed and very understood. And he's able to really relax in her presence, you know? And then Brianna feels just like this great love and compassion. Knowing that Josh is like really willing to like believe in her fully, you know? But yeah, it's all about letting go of like any selfish desires and sacrificing for like the union, but not to the point to where it gets past the things I talked about before. Okay, any more? Let's see. Yeah, the Pluto trine moon. I mean, that's just like about like how you guys are meant to like really like in a good in kind of more of a flowy way, not in like and then Pluto and Sun like it's like the death rebirth transformation kind of energy like really playing out in the relationship, and not necessarily yeah in a way that like is that like it's just really like that ugly, like if it was a square opposition. It's very life changing, and it's really like pushing Brianna into her North Node. So yeah, and then like one of like the key ones is the squares of the North Node. So yeah, like so Brianna's North Node, South Node, same thing, like they're opposite, is square Josh's moon. So this is like the karmic stuff. So that can create just like everything I said about like the whole emotional nature and like the need to like understand um like each other's emotional natures, right? Because there can be emotional difficulties which need to be overcome, right? And then Brianna's North Node is square, or South Node is square Josh's Sun. That's just like the instant attraction. So that, but there's definitely like I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, like there's some difficult karma. Like you guys have really compatible charts, but difficult karma, which is interesting. So yeah. Um mm, lots of challenges that to be faced. And then North Node square the Mercury. That's literally like sums up everything I've been saying, right? All about misunderstandings. And that's been a karmic pattern. And that leads to fights. And it's more intellectual, but it's also emotional because it's the moon. So lots of fate, but like learning to disagree and have like these like just like learning to like communicate is the most important thing so far I've seen, like of like yeah. um Really. And then the Mars one is Mars and South Node, like I said, like really able to like achieve goals together. There's a past like tendency of that. um but I already talked about that enough, like how like it can also be like about like violence, or not like the violence, just like anger and just like fighting. And just, but like also very passionate. Passion is like the driving force and a very strong attraction. So yeah, and then Saturn trines South Node. What a perfect way to last inner aspect, right? That's once again, that's the karmic glue that holds everything together. So I want to see one more thing. What time am I at? Okay. So I want to just, okay. Oh, I know. I need to load the relationship. Okay, let's see what I see. Wait, hold up. That's super fucking weird. What the fuck is going on right now? Okay, let's. Is it even work like let's. Okay, now I can see it clearly. Okay, so okay, so let's start with Briana inner. Let's just look for like any like conjunctions of important asteroids, love asteroids. Okay. Nothing with the sun. Well, it's at 140, so I guess this one. And the part of fortune, to be honest, part of fortune is on Josh's sun, so that means that like her flow state is really linked to like that to like her flow and like yeah, where she really like does well is like linked to his like Aquarius energy. Okay. So yeah, so Josh, yeah, really helping her individualize. Okay. So that nothing so far. 16. Okay. What's this? Aphrodite's son. Oh, midheaven. What's this one? Karma. Karma. Okay, I need to pull something up. What was the other one? Other one was Mm. In midheaven, where you at? Okay. I'm not seeing so many. It's not a good or bad thing, by the way. Okay. No. What's this? Lava. Lava conjunct ascendant. What was the name of that thing? No. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. So lust, which speaks for itself, the name of it. From Josh is conjunct Brianna's moon. So it literally, like, I have wait, no, that's not the one. No, no, I think my Jupiter is conjunct my girlfriend's lust, and it just gonna be honest, like it's that. It's that. Um, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So let's see what I can find. Um, okay. So then the other way around. Bi-wheel. Okay, let's see what's going on. This side. The Senate 25. We already talked about that. I see this asteroid Tantalus showing up a lot, which is all about like teasing, temptation, um, and things that are like very like attractive to us, but not like fulfilling, and even can be like taboo when it comes to like sexuality. I've seen that make some connections. So these are probably gonna have a lot of the same. Ooh, I never even told Briana this. Briana, yo, I didn't even see this. You have a psyche. So you're gonna love me for what I'm about to say. So you have Psyche conjunct Venus in your natal chart. It is like kind of far, but it's close enough. And what that in Taurus, the sign of beauty, and you're born in 95, so you're still young. But basically, I know a girl who has her, like basically this keeps you looking forever young. Like literally, I know this chick her astrologer. Her name's R Reese. She's from LA actually. It's RIS Lauren on Instagram, and she's literally like 40, like 2 or some shit, and she looks like she's like 21, like literally, like every aspect of her. And hers is like moon conjunct, like she has like the moon conjunct Psyche, but you in Taurus and you have Venus conjunct Psyche. So that's really, really good for you on a personal level. Okay, what else? Anything? Okay, what's this one? Amor. Ooh. So Amor conjunct Jupiter. Amor is like love in its like purest form, right? Like very like even like unattached, like just like really like that like unconditional love, where like even if you guys aren't together, like you just want the best for that person. Um like very spiritual and compassionate, right? Unconditional love. I love that. So the fact that Brianna has that conjunct the Jupiter of Josh, it just shows that you guys, will have that for each other regardless of what, if you even if you guys were to I don't even want to say the words, but even if you guys weren't together, it was still there's that deep love. Aphrodite on the sun. Um, that's another one that's about passion, lust, desire. So let me see what I can find. And by the way, I'm not an expert on these. I know about them, but there's so many of them. Like you have no idea how many of these like. And this is only one of my asteroid pages. So I'm constantly like going through notes and stuff. Um, yo, what the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. Here it is. This has to be it. Yeah, so Aphrodite is about beauty. So I think that like Aphrodite and Sun, it's like worship of the person. So yeah. So it's like almost like the fact that um Josh has his Aphrodite on Brianna. Brianna's really got Josh. It's like like almost like a worship energy. Um, okay, 15. Okay, nothing there. Wait, hold up. What the fuck? Oh, I see. Oh shit. I didn't even realize this before, but Josh's vertex. So you guys have dual vertex connections. Wow. So Josh's vertex, that's extremely like speaking to the karma. His vertex is exactly conjunct Brianna's midheaven. So he pushes like her for like you push her forward so much in her like dharma, her life purpose. It's a beautiful thing. Um, so yeah, I think that's probably gonna be it. I don't see anything. Let's see, is there anything there? 13. No. And Union conjunct North Node, so like literally like your guys' union was fated. Once and it was meant to push you towards this highest version of yourselves. Okay, let's see. Juno conjunct Uranus, like obviously that's just like about you know meant to be energy, and it goes back to Uranus energy of that excitement, and how Brianna gets that individualism once again. You see how you see the same thing in many different parts, and that real spark from Josh, which is also shown by the Sun conjunct Uranus. So, anyways, that's about it. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure. 2 hours on the dot, or a little bit over. So yeah, I got this done as fast as I could. Hope you guys enjoy. And when you're ready, we can schedule the follow up. Brianna, let me know if you want to do what most people do, which is I don't know if I talked to you about it before. Like most people, they like with respect to your natal chart, they do the follow up mixed with the current astrology. That's what I always like I think like nearly everyone does it, because like the current the basically like the astrology is the book to your life. The current astrology is what's always evolving, and you want to get that done once a year. The astrology, the natal chart, you get it done once. That's good. The current astrology, you get done one like at least like I always say like at least after your natal return you should get done, because it represents like the current chapter, and that's where I give all the um predictive astrology stuff, right? Your solar return, your progressions, all like your transits, all these things, right? And I explain to you like the weather ahead, and I could do it for both of you guys. We're both interested, and definitely reduced price, of course. So just let me know. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed, and take notes. Like watch this as many times as you need to take notes, to ask the questions if needed. So all right, ciao.